I just watched the Academy Awards. I did put it in my calendar, but I didn't put the TV calendar on my regular calendar, which doesn't look great. But I just need to copy and paste it. But I've been just playing back and forth between my calendars, like every day throughout the day. Pretty much always at my computer, though. It's been about 2 months, so I started making the lists maybe in January, maybe in February though. So anyway, I really like the Oscars. So pretty much what caught my attention, I don't know, I think it was mostly Meg Ryan, but also the men who are thin with long noses for men, and the girl at the end who dyed her hair like orangish, like sort of brown, or what you call red, but she had a very nice complexion like most people there. So yeah, I've been praying that my hair gets light, and like looking at what I buy. Like I tried some of the lighteners, I stopped using it thinking they don't work. The sheer blonde and stuff worked. I used to have highlights in my hair in high school. It was hot and I wore sunblock. I ate well. I was active, so I wasn't out partying because there weren't any parties, but I wanted to go to some real parties, and I couldn't have any. I've invited friends over. I did have one or two birthday parties. The Sweet 16 is up on YouTube. I kind of regretted having it. I would have preferred to focus on my life more, and of course that was 10th grade. But, it was something my parents did for me. But it's kind of funny. I didn't have that much fun since I was like maybe 2, 5, 10, something like that. It's kind of like turning 2 years old, I think. But I don't remember that well. I just go back and think about it. I don't think about decisions I made much then. I still like being a kid. I was still interested in being a kid when I was younger. But yeah, so the thing is to make the right decision. Like if you sacrifice something over wanting to be something like a film star, or if you get a chance to leave your life, make money, and be on TV, I would recommend that. I'd be thinking about pop music, but I mean, I don't have any ideas. But I've been focusing on classical music, not pop music. And actually, I like classical things anyway. It wasn't because of that, because I like it anyway. And I do have a style from the 80s and 90s. So, that's the main thing I took away. Like, if you see someone acting, like, there were people there who happened to be on there, and they were in things like music, and they didn't get why they were on there, and then they regretted that they weren't on there for acting. But it made me think more of all the big movies that happened. Like, think about behind the scenes of the things Tim Burton did with the kids and Johnny Depp. And then, well, Johnny Depp doesn't act like that in real life, but, and Tim Burton doesn't act, so I don't know. So, so think about like that. So a lot of people study to have fun because they're just at their parents' house. They'll never meet the people with knowledge, like in things like English, philosophy, or whatever in general studies, or to make money along the way. It's just going back to seeing your parents again. To go through the years though, but that was supposedly already happened, and no one's going to be there. It's just going to be you and your parents and whatever people think of you, and whoever you can meet or post online, which I tried to do when going to music school didn't work out, which I happened to stay where I was because I found a place there that I knew that was good. But I didn't go home because I didn't have time. I wanted my weekends there. So, but I did go home in the summer and Christmas. So, I expected that to be a big deal. They didn't say anything about my room at the time, so I know other parents were doing something about it. I don't know. So I think that's what happens to most kids my age. And the reason I'm not studying film acting is because I'm not going to school now. And if I do, my plan is to take one class at a time. And if possible, it would be, I guess, violin and orchestra now. And if for some reason not, it would be 3 more general studies at that school. So that would actually be convenient because it would help me learn violin faster and be in the orchestra. So that's kind of a plan, but I don't have that kind of time to go to the orchestra at the second. I mean, so if life's going for me, but like I need to drop in ballet first. I need to go to the gym. I need to get in shape. I'd rather stay home and eat and do nothing and post on the internet. So, and that would be every week. So I don't know. The ballet is whenever you want. I prefer to perform, but you know they're not doing that, so it looks kind of sneaky. So that's why I might not do it. It's because of time. But if I was only working, if I wasn't working, I would do it. But I am working, so maybe not then. So I have to get a job. I just realized I need to get a lawyer, but I won't be able to pay for it. So what they're doing is they're having me just call them all the time, you know, at least to see. It seems like I have to keep asking. And if I know they're not going to do it and hardly any chance, I should forget about it. So I'll just call again. They haven't called me back this time. I've just had a lot of things on my mind, like I said, you know, food, groceries, Instacart, food pantries. You know, I realized I would apply for the factory, well, they call them production, so I looked that up on Indeed. Assembly factories and stuff, and you know, filling out things out and like with inventory stuff in the factory. So it looks more friendly than some things. I could stop into a fast food restaurant still if I felt like leaving the house and then drop off my boots to return on the way. That's another plan at the second. I keep forgetting. So there's different things I could do. Also, I have to buy other stuff, but I guess I'll do that first. I have to buy more food, but I just realized I could get some of it off of Instacart, so I could go to the grocery store with my cute bag. I guess I'll show you my cute bag. So I've used carts before. I think I've had maybe 2 before. I don't know why. Maybe 1. So it wasn't the biggest one. It didn't have 2 layers. I don't know how fun that is on the bus, but you just have to hope there's a front seat or something every time, or you're not get stuck in the rain. Not want to be sick. So this is nice because the other one broke, the cart, and it was a normal one that was kind of upright looking, long, thin. So this one's nice. It's just a bag with wheels and has 2 wire things to set it down. So I figured out they just wouldn't think to invent it because they didn't know it broke and how safe it seems and how cute it is. I even got this one for $10 because it looks so cute, like it wouldn't break. Oh, I got this backpack because I have one that's nice and cute, but it's actually a duffel bag. My favorite, one of my favorites for a while. So I got this black backpack, which is obviously smaller. It was only $8, $7.99, and the only thing I have is like my cell phone charger and a little pocket that came with this one, and you know, it's hard to look on Amazon. So anyway, if I became an actor, like I could see myself presenting at the Oscars, but as far as like in a movie, like I can see where I would fit in at the Oscars, but in the movies, so like I don't really talk like the way I talk on purpose. I just noticed. So first what happened was I did always want to be a singer. I never raised my voice or shouted when I was a kid. It was like a decision I made when I was like 3 or 4 or 5 or something, and I didn't along the way. And then I also started singing when I was 5. You know, I didn't know about voice lessons, and I was in choir a little bit at 7 and for Christmas, and then when I was 8, because I asked and got put there finally when I was 7. And so the reason it was so easy for me to sing, because I was in the better choir when I was 9 when we moved. And this teacher came from up north, and she was female, I know, and you know, I've had other music teachers, but one choir, but I guess there's something wrong with the singing part of it, but music there, but so it was easy for me to learn to sing when I got in that choir. And I've been trying to get in voice lessons. It's usually money and not deciding right away or whatever. Like the reason I would go against it would be like I was shy or I wanted to do piano or something in piano instead. so so with the so it's so easy to learn to sing from doing gymnastics because my stomach was so strong. So before doing gymnastics, I don't remember what it would be like since I started when I was 1 3/4, and then I continued a little bit after I was 2, and then I never stopped until I was 9 when I moved, but I wanted to, and then I wanted to go back, but I wasn't able to, so it kind of ruined my life. And there's no ballet, which I wanted more. I was still done gymnastics, but I was only supposed to pick one thing. So no one believes me when I tell them I couldn't do ballet, but I did do it some, and I had to do it like, and it's not because I didn't want to, it's because I did gymnastics and I was on time, like to do that kind of stuff, but that's what happened. And like the ballet school I went to was bad, and my mom didn't put me in another one after I left, like I said. And it was a year, and then we moved and they didn't have it, so that was 4.5 years. Age like 7 to 12. Anyway. So, but I did gymnastics until I was 9. And then we walked around all the time in the heat where it felt like it was 115 degrees outside. Except it wasn't dry and it was windy. But anyway, so that's what happened then. So, like, I don't talk. Like, I think most people who talk like this, it's more than I'm not able to talk like most people talk. Like, now they have soft voices. They seem to be able to belt out their voice but not, like, sing that long. But it's not how I do it. It just, like, sometimes I try to talk normal, but I don't really want to do that because I don't know if it would sound good. But it sounds more normal now. It actually sounds a little different today. It feels like if I tried to talk normal, I'd be lowering my voice. I always thought females didn't have low voices, so I don't know. So anyway, and then about how I would look if I was skinny, because I've been skinny. Because I was skinny most of my life, but not scrawny, and I had a full face, so I don't know. So the way I would look if I was skinny would be like I wouldn't have the double chin, but I was kind of too skinny, so I think now it would have been better, but I wasn't. I kind of got fatter, so I don't know. I didn't really want to lose sleep either, like when I quit college, kind of more flunked out. But, nothing wrong with that. Why do people, because no one says why. They always just say, I flunked college. Why would you flunk college? So the thing was, I didn't know you should withdraw. I thought you should keep trying. So that was my problem. And it was too late because I was tired and I didn't know what to do. And it was too late. I tried again. Finally, I went home and I had to pick a major. So the reason I couldn't do college, which I did along the way, which is why I'm a junior now, with almost the AA, is because, which is a prestigious thing for us, but the reason is because in high school, in basic history class, they don't read, they don't let you read, and then when they do, they throw it on you in an AP class if you're a good student, maybe, and it's just a lecture and reading, which some people can't do in college. So my book was pretty big, just like a college, and the lecturing was just straight lecturing, just a bunch of words. And it's kind of like that in college too when I took stuff like philosophy and religion. There were some different catches, like they would do, like maybe there was one class that had sentences to fill out every week and they thought it was too easy and then they didn't do it right or something. Like they did, like they learned by magic. So the thing was, up until then, like I went to so many schools in 2 states, pretty much. So, and Catholic and public along the way. So the thing was, I did go to classes where you actually read the book, have worksheets, do outlines, have it explained in class rigorously, and also my mom drilled me, but it was every sentence in the book. Anyway, I learned to make outlines later. The thing was, I was tired, and I wanted to do it. Anyway, so, and then they have vocabulary as well. Maybe some other things. They even have a few coloring things. There's pictures in the book. And that's basically it. Sometimes, who knows, maybe there's even an overhead projector, other things even. But anyway, that's basically it. Like a lot of outlining in some classes. They talk about the outlining in the class. They give you worksheets every night to do, and it's not that big a deal. And so then I go to another school, and it's memorizing 100 words with definitions, which wasn't easy. There's no reading. So that was that school. And then the next school, they made you memorize. This was high school, but you didn't memorize as much. So it was a lot of years without doing anything like that, not having any time. And I used to bring my history book home myself to read, and I never had the energy to do it. And I actually had people look at me funny, like it was my fault, and I brought it home. That's disgusting. So I did all my homework anyway, even though I should have changed schools, but I never thought of that. So, and then all of a sudden you go to high school, and then like you even skip 1 year of history, kind of, unless you count the year with civics. But I wanted to take history the first year, and the next year I didn't, because they kind of just told me not to, and I didn't know what to do. So, and I got to take art and music instead, and it wasn't even worth it in the end. I just found out what it was. And then, so then all of a sudden my third year of high school, so this has been like 5 years of nothing. It was, just lecturing and the heavy reading, which I couldn't do. So that was my first time. But I can read an English book. Strangely, I can read like an African American book very easily. Like I read Uncle Tom's Cabin, unfortunately, in one night, and I got the highest grade in the class. And this was one where I was the only money year I had in AP, gifted or whatever. No, it was gifted. Yeah, it was gifted AP. So then the only thing I can do is read stories, and most of them are African American. We didn't get to read the good stuff, like the epics from Greece. Like they didn't have Latin either, which I was going to take, just so I didn't have to pick between if you did French or Spanish. And so I don't know. I can't pass those kinds of lectures. I can understand Harvard and stuff, like if it's about racism. So I don't know. So maybe that's how people are passing those things. I guess they have places like Harvard and they're not topics like racism. That's probably it. So other people were having weird questions about this history course, for instance. They didn't take history the first year, and it seemed weird, like you're not supposed to worry about it. So I'd say that's how they're passing college. I don't know how they all did history, because, I have no idea. I think it's the same reason, though. Something about where they're from and their race. Because I was from there, but I wasn't from there since I was born. And I wasn't from there since I was 12. And I didn't get enough sleep to figure out what was going to happen, because they were like, you shouldn't take this course if you're not going to do in college and want to pass the test. So I was like, I didn't know. I didn't ask. But I wasn't going to fall apart when I got it. I knew I wasn't going to get an A for the first time. Because, there's nothing wrong with a B. Or a C. Or even a D. And you're not bad if you get an F. So that's my dad's mistake. He didn't ask me what happened in college. He didn't even ask me my grades. He probably thought I was silly, but he doesn't even know that you guys have people who don't do good in school and who even misbehave in the class. So my problem was, so they were already watching me in private and messed up my college career, so it wasn't worth it to think about them. So pretty much they weren't teaching me well in class, and I didn't feel like going home. And when I got sick, I didn't go back to class yet, because I was thinking, I want them to tutor me out of this, I didn't think, just say, these classes, I couldn't understand history, which they're going to take me out of, music history. But I did well in my original college, so this was another weird thing with history. The history wasn't weird at that college either, so I wasn't messing around. Music history, I was good at it where I was from, where I learned music that way. And so I didn't know what I was doing, and no one was being nice to me. It was just pretty much like, so it's like, yes, I did act like I didn't go to the classes, which I missed some of them. But they acted like I didn't go to the classes, it seemed. I don't remember, but so then they said they saw me walking around at night, but then I'm thinking a lot of people did that. So, I know what happened, but pretty much I went to the class. I didn't know I'd be considered a bad person, but So that was supposedly it was even free. So I don't know. I guess my dad's kind of stupid in that way, but too bad for him. Anyway, so I went to the class. So like there's theory. The theory was actually different, which I've heard of, so I'm not stupid. It wasn't like piano. It was the second year, and it wasn't what we did in theory one at the other school, which by the end got interesting for me in piano. So I went to the theory class. Of course, they didn't teach it before, like anyone would want to learn for fun instead of something else. And so you go to the theory class, and so I left, and I did the homework. I know how to do it. So that's one class. And history, that's also gone. Yeah, I'm supposed to sit there like usual and see if I can do it. Well, it's probably bad for your brain that if it's that much that way. So, I'm done with that. Maybe one community college class for fun, but I'm not doing that because I don't have time. I just sit around and eat because I dance, and if not, I'm gonna not eat enough. So anyway, so history's gone. Then what else was there? So I wasn't taking 2 classes. Mainly, there was also the diction class for singing, which they farted around in. Nothing wrong with that class. Of course, they didn't teach you well like they did in New Orleans with that. And then that's 3 classes. And then we all had to take conducting, which I wasn't perfect, but I wasn't, I don't know, what other one was a weird class. So I left that class too. Anything else? Oh, yeah, choir, which is like, up north maybe they sing different. Of course, it's a choir. So that's another class. And then there's recital hour, where you see all the soloists. There's only one good one. She's blonde, and maybe they're just in 12th grade or something, or their first year of college. And then there's a lecture class, I think. And that was actually kind of neat because it was a chance to be more social, but it was racist. And, I wouldn't sit there and fart around about it. So you can guess this was a bunch of fluff. So I didn't get much out of it. So pretty much the problem would have been history and theory and crap in the other classes. My organ teacher not showing up for 4 classes. And singing teacher, I guess I lost my voice that summer or something a little bit. So that's a bunch of crap. So there's nothing to do. So I guess I didn't realize what was going on. I just didn't know to go home. Pretty much that was the way out of that. So I was sent home. It shouldn't be a big deal that my mom was called. It was just so that she could help me. It wasn't because of racism, but she probably made a big deal of it. So too bad for my dad because he's white and he gets called white pretty much. So everyone else likes her. So so the problem was, he was already mad at me, and then I went back to Loyola because this school is shit. No matter, even if I saw magic up there or whatever, it's shit. This place is shit. They're not thankful for anything up north. And I know this place is crap. So I go down back to New Orleans, begging for music education. Because what else am I supposed to do? I spent the whole year trying to pick a college, and I picked this one. And I don't know what I've done. I might not even gone to college, but I probably would have. So I was already in music education. And so what am I supposed to do? I'll just go back and see if I can get it back. I just realized that's why I was there. So I took the other classes. I swear, I took honors the first year. So this year I'm like, I'll just not take honors and take all the general studies. What a big deal. So, and then I go there and they're all harder. Junior high, they said. So I left after. So I was there for 2 semesters doing that. I got to do the ballet program, taking both college program and after school program. All the good people left after the hurricane, and so there's no more good people, no more good class or anything. Everything's crap there. So then I whatever happened the next semester, maybe I think it was summer or something. I took maybe 1 ballet class. There's no prep class, and then the next year I was probably in the prep class too. Who knows? But then I went home because I couldn't do the chemistry. I'm like, what is that? Fuck this. So I left myself. I was in paradise because I felt like an adult. I was like, this isn't going to work out. I'm going to leave. So really, I did only try general studies 2 semesters, and then I didn't go home. I took chemistry. I couldn't do it, and I left. Because I had to pick a major. I didn't want to go home. And for some reason, I feel like auditioning for Oregon again or whatever. Because I think I skipped a semester in the summer and then I had to audition again. So I did skip a few classes before and maybe not see the professor, but wasn't feeling well there. Oh, so then my dad was mad because I told you why I flunked that. And I went to all the classes there probably almost. I told you it was the same problem I found. I tried it again. It didn't work. I was away from construction or whatever, and the noises in my ear that popped up that no one talked about that seemed to come from nature. No one believed me. And they even knew, even my dad knows that I threw my backpack on the floor. I was passing some people on the truck who slammed the back of the door. So they never asked me what I was. And my dad didn't want to talk to me. Oh, Christina's going to talk it through and it's going to make sense. So he's always like that. And it was something like, oh, well, she should move out of here. I just don't want to be around her. I was so mad, but I didn't do anything. Now I can't do anything about it because they're dead. So, first they started watching me in private, ruined my college career. And I couldn't think at home and stuff. And then all of a sudden that was my life. And you know what happened. And nothing. And that's my whole world. And I just wonder if I should leave. And now I'm up in crap, Ohio, and this is what I get. Anyway, I'm not upset. So yeah, I just watched the Oscars, and I'm not giving myself up for anything like crap. I'm just gonna work as little as possible. Oh, yeah, Dad, family. Guess what? Now I don't work to be good. I just work for money now. So I don't work for anything. All I need is all my food. I'm not even gonna go to dance class, and I'm gonna still be the best, whatever, dancer in the world. Bye.